इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करते हैं क्वेश्चन आंसर्स। क्लास 10th JKBOSE चैप्टर नंबर 1 टुलिप सीरीज इंग्लिश चैप्टर नंबर 1 फुटप्रिंट्स विदाउट फीट। और अगर आप NCERT से बिलोंग करते हैं तो आपको पता है NCERT में 2 बुक्स हैं। उनमें से एक सप्लीमेंट्री रीडर जो है उस बुक का भी नाम है फुटप्रिंट्स विदाउट फीट, उसका चैप्टर नंबर 5 फुटप्रिंट्स विदाउट फीट। So, question number 1. How would you assess Griffin as a scientist? Answer. Griffin is a brilliant scientist as he discovered how to make himself invisible. But he is a selfish person as he used it for his own benefit, not for the larger benefit of society. Question number 2. The 2 boys in London were surprised and fascinated. Why? Answer. The 2 boys in London were surprised and fascinated because they saw a muddy imprints of a barefooted man. They started following it, but soon the footprints became fainter and fainter and at last disappeared completely. Question number 3. What did Griffin do inside the London store? Answer. Griffin wore warm clothes at first, as he was feeling really cold. Then he ate cold meat and drank coffee. He took sweets and wine also. Then at last he lay down on a pile of quilts to sleep. Question number 4. How did Griffin escape from the London store? Answer. Griffin started running out, but the 2 men chased him. He was able to escape only after taking off his clothes, which makes him invisible. Question number 5. Griffin entered the shop of a theatrical company. What did he do there? Answer. Griffin found things to hide his body parts above the shoulder. He wore a bandage on his forehead, dark glasses, a false nose, a bushy whiskers, and a large head. Then he hit the shopkeeper and ran away with his money. Question number 6. Why was the arrival of a stranger in the village in an unusual event? Due to reasons. Answer. The first thing is that the stranger arrived in winter, whereas no stranger used to arrive there in winter. Secondly, the appearance of the stranger was an unusual one. Question number 7. How did the scientist look when he came to the inn? Answer. He looked like an unusual stranger, wearing a bandage around his forehead, wearing dark glasses with a false nose and a big bushy whiskers. He was also wearing a wide-brimmed hat. Question number 8. The landlord's wife was convinced that Griffin was an eccentric scientist. What made her think of Griffin in these terms? Answer. Griffin's appearance was unusual, and he visited the inn in winter when no stranger used to come at that time of the year. Moreover, when Mrs. Hall tried to get friendly, he refused to talk and told her to leave him alone. Looking at this, the landlord's wife was convinced that Griffin was an eccentric scientist. Question number 9. What was the curious opposite that took place in the clergyman's study? Answer. The curious opposite was that the clergyman and his wife heard the chink of money and noises from their study room. But when they opened the door of the room, nobody was there. But when they checked, they found that the housekeeping money was missing. Question number 10. The landlord and his wife were surprised to see the scientist's door wide open. Why were they surprised? What extraordinary things happened in the room? Answer. One morning, the landlord and his wife found that the door of Griffin's room was open. Usually, the scientist keeps his door closed and he got angry if anyone entered his room. This made both of them surprised. So, seeing that no one is in the room, they entered the room and tried to investigate. But soon Mrs. Hall heard a sniff close to her ear. Suddenly, the head on the bedpost leaped up and dashed into her face. The chair then pushed Mrs. Hall and her husband out of the room. Question number 11. Mrs. Hall almost fell down the stairs in hysterics. Pick out one example of humor from what follows this incident. Answer. After this incident, Mrs. Hall surely felt that the room was haunted by spirits, and she blamed Griffin for causing the spirit to enter into her furniture. Question number 12. The scientist was furious. What did he do in anger? Why were the people in the bar horrified? Answer. The scientist used to remove his clothes and then became invisible. They were horrified because they found themselves staring at a headless man. Question number 13. What happened to the constable? Answer. The constable found himself struggling to get hold of a man who could not see at all. When the constable made a last attempt to hold on to the unseen man, he was knocked unconscious. Question number 14. The scientist was a man of irritable temper. Give an example to prove this. Answer. When Mrs. Hall wanted to know from the scientist how he had entered the locked room without opening the door, the scientist became furious and shouted at Mrs. Hall, and later he became violent. So it brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.